Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Wall Street close a bleak outlook for US weighs on stocks and the US dollar. http ntvforex.com news ID 3C5DC7. 2 minutes ago. By Ross J. Berland. DJIA fell 225.92 points, or 0.85%, to 26,313.65. SPX lost 12.22 points, or 0.38%, to 3,246.22. NDX bucked the trend and added 44.87 points, or 0.43%, to 10,587.81. Wall Street's stocks were declining on Thursday over concerns about earnings, U.S. data, stimulus, and the U.S. elections. Firstly, U.S. elections are now coming to the fore of the market's playing field. Both the S&P 500 and Dow closed lower and had wobbled during the session when the U.S. President Donald Trump exacerbated investor nervousness in a tweet, floating the possibility delaying the U.S. presidential election. With universal mail-in voting, not absentee voting, which is good, 2020 will be the most inaccurate and fraudulent election in history. It will be a great embarrassment to the USA. Delay the election until people can properly, securely, and safely vote. Donald J. Trump at Real Donald Trump, July 30, 2020. The tweet provoked an array of congressional Republicans to respond, including more than a dozen members in both the House and Senate and in the party's leadership, who openly rejected President Donald Trump's suggestion. It is argued that it is a move that the president would have no authority to make because the Constitution gives Congress the power to set the date for voting. Speaker Nancy Pelosi responded by citing that the congressional authority needed to do so. Article 2, Section 1 of the Constitution states the Congress may determine the time of choosing the electors, and the day on which they shall give their votes, which day shall be the same throughout the United States, Pelosi tweeted Thursday. U.S. economy plunges a titanic 32.9%. In data, Q2 gross domestic product fell a record 32.9%. Seasonally adjusted annualized rate SAR. That translates into an 8.2% QQ drop. The weakness in GDP was broad-based, affecting personal consumption, capex, and state and local government spending, exports, and inventories, analysts at ANZ Bank noted. Exports fell 64.1%. SAR. Gross private domestic investment fell 49% and equipment spending dropped 37.7%. The data crystallized the huge output gap and the extensive disinflation pressures the economy faces. Interest rates will not be rising for a long time, and this highlights the need for ultra-easy policy settings. Additionally, U.S. initial jobless claims rose to 1.434 MVS and upwardly revised 1.422 M the prior week. The earlier improvement in the jobs market is stalling, and the rise in continuing claims is a particular concern, indicating that the rehiring of furloughed workers has halted. Continuing claims rose to 17.02 MVS 16.15 M. The analysts IANS said. While the data painted a worrying economic picture, this came on a crucial day for corporate earnings reports. The main earnings focus on Thursday was on reports from high flyers including APL, Google parent Alphabet Inc. Goog and Facebook Inc. FB and Amazon.com Inc. AMZN. Alphabet Incorporated met street expectations despite a dip in advertising that bedeviled the company for a second straight quarter. The company Google reported net income of $6.96 billion, or $10.13 a share, compared with net income of $9.95 billion, or $14.21 a share, in the year-ago quarter. Revenue after removing traffic acquisition costs declined to $31.6 billion from $31.7 billion in the year-ago period. After the bell, shares in Facebook rose 8% and Amazon climbed 6% following their reports, while Alphabet climbed 2%. Lastly, the expiration of enhanced employment benefits on Friday weighed on sentiment today as U.S. Congress was no closer to a deal that could extend or replace the extra $600 per week in payments to tens of millions thrown out of work by the coronavirus. Subsequently, the Dow Jones Industrial Average DJI fell 225.92 points, or 0.85%, to 26,313.65, the 500 SPX lost 12.22 points, or 0.38%, to 3,246.22. The Nasdaq Composite bucked the trend and added 44.87 points, or 0.43%, to 10,587.81. US dollar down for longer. Meanwhile, the US dollar is under immense scrutiny, down 0.35% in the day. DXY dollar liquidity plentiful thanks to the Fed, markets increasingly bearish on US outlook. SP 500 index levels. Overview. Today last price. 3,245.75. Today daily change. 2.75. Today daily change percent. 0.08. Today daily open. 3,248.5. Trends. Daily SMA 20. 3,204.81. Daily SMA 50. 3,130. Daily SMA 100. 2,923.73. Daily SMA 200. 3,050.7. Levels. Previous daily high. 3,252. Previous daily low. 3,224.25. Previous weekly high. 3,293. Previous weekly low. 3,199.75. Previous monthly high. 3,233.25. Previous monthly low. 2,936.5. Daily Fibonacci 38.2%. 3,241.4. Daily Fibonacci 61.8%. 3,234.85. Daily Pivot Point S1. 3,231.17. Daily Pivot Point S2. 3,213.83. Daily Pivot Point S3. 3,203.42. Daily Pivot Point R1. 3,258.92. Daily Pivot Point R2. 3,269.33. Daily Pivot Point R3. 3,286.67. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. If you want to read real-time news, text messages to MT5 Expert Advisors page at https://m.me/mt5.expert.advisors.